Gettin Money Records, motherfucker.
Exposed to shade from age, realizing light and dark coexist. The road that's laid is grave, agonizing fight sparks with fists. 5 fingers form a wrist to show the world we resist. Our message gets dismissed, forever on the waiting list. Yet amidst this I exist to continue to persist. Live on to tell the story that you'll probably miss. You see, this here is part 1 called The Optimist. And it goes like this. I was born and lasted by my loving mother in the Brooklyn Plaza with the name of my father. My dad was a Buddhist priest, truthful and faithful. He could turn the Buddhist beast into a beautiful angel. Used to play hide and seek with Kalu in the cathedral. Thought I was deceitful, speaking into the statue of all of our praying people. The latch wouldn't budge, so I'm cramped in this space like a weasel, looking through the cracks where the man's eyes lie, wishing Kalu or my dad would pass on by. Boy, does time fly. How my mom would take me to watch the horizon on a mountain most high. My eyes remained open as the sun climbed and started to rise. I reprised this moment so many times and it was always a surprise. That view was a distant memory. It appeared to be just a disguise.
I'll give the nameless a name, and the voiceless a voice. And at the end of the day, it's only a matter of choice. And how can we re-voice those less fortunate when this portrait of hate doesn't really correlate? Where's the origin? At the end of the day, all colors become one. How can we live this way? Will we be undone? A fight hope against flames. Give the voices a name, with hope we can change.
Rumors spread of a Chinese invasion to kill a Dalai Lama. Shooters tread through the breezy abrasions up hills to Lhasa. The last time I spoke to my father, he looked me into the eyes and he said,
no knowledge without sacrifice, enlightenment over violence. I acknowledge by practicing with refinement found balance. If danger comes to you, my son, remember where I found you.
The strangers brought guns and my father hid me in the statue. The statue cried tears as I watched my pops get brutalized, crucified and burned alive, an innocent man I idolized. Lost in the tempest, empty ambition fills the streets. Suppressed deception like the cracks in the foundation.
I'll give the nameless a name, and the voiceless a voice. And at the end of the day, it's only a matter of choice. And how can we re-voice those less fortunate when this portrait of hate doesn't really correlate? Where's the origin? At the end of the day, all colors become one. How can we live this way? Will we be undone? A fight hope against flames. Give the voices a name, with hope we can change.
I walked up the mountain's path, surrounded by China's wrath. Corpses and children, horses and women, piled up and burned with kerosene. A city so gorgeous, now filled with demons, has become defiled and no longer serene. I used to look at the scene, a horizon now filled with lies. My mother careened by, embraced me and cried, as just then I heard a sound in the distance. Listen close, my son, your father and I will live on from your existence. I'll live on through you, my child, so you must survive. She gave me one final smile as she screamed for me to stay alive. Run south, my son, India will be your new home. I'll always be with you, you'll never be alone. She created a diversion that allowed me to escape, traded her life for mine, what a tragedy is fate. And I'll always remember her smile as I spend the rest of my days in exile. And I'll always remember her smile as I live the rest of these days. The rest of these days in exile.
I'll give the nameless a name, and the voiceless a voice. And at the end of the day, it's only a matter of choice. And how can we re-voice those less fortunate when this portrait of hate doesn't really correlate? Where's the origin? At the end of the day, all colors become one. How can we live this way? Will we be undone? A fight hope against flames. Give the voices a name, with hope we can change. With hope we can change. Give the nameless a name. With hope we can change. Give the nameless a name.